guys, Seven here, and welcome back to World of Tanks, and today I'm reviewing the Tier 8 Chinese heavy tank, the 110. The 110 is very identical to the IS-3 Russian Tier 8 heavy tank, quite possibly the most famous tank in the game. Now, I heard from some people that said that the 110 in their opinion was better than the IS-3 before it got the HD buff, and obviously it's the armor I think is now more bouncy, and it is better IS-3 than it used to be, and they say that the IS-3 is better now than the 110, but the 110 is still a good tank. The 110 uses a interesting selection of guns. It uses a 122mm standard stock gun, just like the IS-3, 175 penetration, nothing special, 0.46 accuracy. But for the upgraded one, it uses not 122mm like the IS-3, but 100mm 62-100T. I didn't have to unlock this because I already unlocked it on the previous tank that I had, the W120, but I'm already a proud owner of the 121 medium tank, so that's there. So let's just compare the stock gun to the upgraded 100mm and see the differences. The caliber is obviously lower, the rate of fire increases by 1, but it's still not a decent rate of fire. With a 100% crew and a gun rammer, you can get your reload down to 8.6 seconds. Now that is not bad, but it's not great. I mean, it's pretty slow for 100mm. That does 320 average damage. In fact, what I'm gonna do now, let's just do this. Let's see the WZ120. Well, the 100mm on the WZ120 has 7.32 rate of fire. Same damage, same penetration. Well, everything is the same except that the rate of fire is a lot better on the WZ120 than it is on the 110. Now let's compare the Tiger 2. Where are you? Here you are. .5 rate of fire. Okay, so the Tiger 2 has worse rate of fire than the 110. Let's check out the T-32, the American heavy tank. 4.70. Wow, that's horrible. That's really horrible. Actually, now that I look at the stats, the rate of fire on the 110 actually isn't that bad. It's actually pretty good compared to the other Tier 8 heavies. Well, another one who uses 100mm is the 5100, but that's a freaking autoloader, so it reloads like 46 seconds. Anyways, let's get back to the gun comparison. The aiming time is horrible on kind of both guns. It's better on the second gun, but it's still not great. It still lacks. The accuracy is 0.38. Don't try snapshotting things because you will still miss. It's not bad accuracy, but you have to aim. You still have to aim fully in order to hit something. Especially on this one, it didn't hit anything. Anyway, so that's the gun comparison. Now the armor on the IS-3 is obviously better than the 110. But the frontal armor of the 110 statistically is better. Statistically, okay? Not really, but statistically. Side armor on the 110 is 80mm. In fact, let's just check out the IS-3. Where are you? Here you are. The armor. Okay, so it has 90mm. The IS-3 has 90mm plus it has spaced armor. The 110 has 80mm at the side, but no spaced armor, so it can get panned easily. It's like a Tiger 2. The frontal armor is 120mm thick, and from the front, the angling of those two cheeks over here is better than on the IS-3. Well, the IS-3 has 110mm of armor on the front, but it is a bit trollish now that it got buffed, especially with those tracks on the front actually count as more armor, so yeah, watch out for that. But this thing has 120mm, more sloped, and 10 millimeters more. Now the weak spot from the front is obviously the lower plate, which is pretty weak, and the top two cupolas, especially this one though. Don't try hitting this one because it's quite hard. This one is much easier. Now angling with this tank is not a thing. Thing you have to do is to point your tank towards the target, because your sidearm is not gonna save your ass. Point the tank towards the target, and they will aim at your lower plate, so wiggle the tank also when you're going to them, because they are more likely to hit your track than your actual tank. I did that once against an IS-3 who was shooting APCR. He bounced all of his 6 shells, and I didn't bounce a single shell that I put into him, so I killed him at the end full health, and I didn't have a single hit point loss. Yeah, that's what happens when an IS-3 who is statistically a better player than me fails at killing 110. It's just a problem that you don't see 110s on the battlefield. Often people usually panic, they don't know its weak spots usually. Although it's getting more and more obvious that the lower plate is the weak spot. The rear armor doesn't really freaking matter. It's 60 millimeters, this is pretty bad. Now the turret armor, the stock turret, which I cannot put on, has 130 millimeters of front, which is really bad. Not pretty bad, but really bad. Everybody from your equal tier and lower could penetrate the turret, but now with the upgraded, the sloping is amazing. Plus it has 201 millimeters of armor, so basically the turret is unpenetrable from the front. Well, obviously the cupolas are always a weak spot. It has 1550 hit points. Let's compare it to other tier 8 heavies, like the IS-3 has 1450 with the stock turret, I believe. I don't know. Let's see the T-30. Oh, let's check out the Carnarvon, because I believe that thing has a lot of hit points. 1500 plus with the other turret 1600. So it's obviously, but it's a bigger tank, so it doesn't really matter. 5100 has 1400, so that's less. The American T-32. How much do you have, Sunshine? 1400, upgrade turret 1500, so it's actually pretty good hit point rating for quite a small heavy tank. It's not really that much of a heavy tank, since it's, how much does it weigh? 50.9 tons. Actually, that's pretty heavy. I thought it's less, honestly. It has 580 horsepower, 11.4 horsepower per ton, which is quite weird for me, since it accelerates pretty fast, and the mobility on it is pretty good. 31 degrees of traverse speed, 40 kilometers an hour of top speed, and 15 kilometers an hour of the reverse speed. It's not bad. The reverse speed could be a little bit faster, but it's okay, I guess. Too bad it doesn't say the degrees for the turret. Interesting. Concealment, we don't have to care that because it's obviously bad. It's a heavy tank. 380 meters of view range, it's okay for a tier 8 heavy. Obviously better than the Russian ones, which are blind as a bat. 750 signal range, just like anything standard. Yeah. Now, the acceleration I was talking about, yeah. Well, it accelerates fast for a tank that has 11.4 horsepower per ton, and it has 40 kilometers an hour of top speed, and it has equal mobility to the IS-3. Let's just check out the IS-3 again. How much horsepower per ton does that big ass have? 13.35 horsepower per ton. Now I believe that the 110 has very good terrain resistances overall. That's why it just accelerates so fast. But enough chatting in the garage. Let's see how this thing performs in the real battle. Hey guys, I'm back and I'm platooning up with my friend Daniel, or Hi BK201, which he said it's the name of an anime character. I don't watch anime, so I don't know. If you remember from Jingle's Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, there was a clan called Havoc Free, which is where we're from, me and Daniel. Daniel was driving that famous 12T who flipped himself. And Jingles just called him Dave because, or was it RJY? I don't know. Anyways, enough to chatting about Jingles and his Good, Bad, and Ugly series. Let's check out how this tank performs itself. Shell capacity is average 35 AP and 5 high explosive. The reload is obviously 8.6, I think. Not sure. Doesn't say. Damage is okay, 320 for 100 mil. It's obviously the basic. I track him in place, so he can't do anything. Oh, the thing that I didn't talk about this tank is the gun depression. It has 6 degrees of gun depression and 15 degrees of gun elevation. The gun elevation kind of hurts me, as well as the gun depression, but not the gun depression that much. When I try to aim at somebody who's above me, I just can't because 15 degrees of gun elevation is not much. The IS-6 bounces off my armor. Where did he bounce? Oh, look at that. Yeah, angled lower plate at this kind of angle is pretty bouncy. And then here comes the IS-6. Bounces again. Where did he shoot me now? In the gun mantlet. No, that's not gonna pan, sunshine. And the 250 millimeters of the 100 millimeter penetration is pretty good. More than enough to get from the front of the IS-6 armor. The Panzer 4 over there. Don't know how that missed. 1613 hit points of damage already. Look at that. But Lover, who has quite a lot of penetration, sends a good shell into my lower plate. Now, as you can see, I'm using the OMC mod pack. And every time I get hit, it's colored because it's more visible to see that shell hit your tank. And so you can see, I'm struggling with my gun depression until. Oh, hello. Oh, come on, back off a little bit. There's the OI turret. Boom, there's one. Reload it. The OI is trying to run away. 80-15 kills Daniel, sadly. And OI is dead. Okay, scores a 6-6. But that's pretty much all my team is gonna do. It's gonna be a defeat. Just from straight on just saying. It's gonna be defeat. But what a heartbreak. You'll see soon. First of all, I get the rear of the Löwe, the lion in German, who rams the T-29. I shoot him in the rear, and here comes the AT-15, who bounces off my 80mm side armor. I was quite concerned about the Löwe, but because of that, I could have put one more shell into the AT-15, but I didn't, which was quite a bad decision. 10 degrees of gun depression on the AT-15 are pretty good. That means that, well, can't do anything actually. And here comes the Löwe is dead, okay. So there's one concern down. AT-15. Come on, mate, let's play. No? You don't want to? Okay. Come on, AT-15, stop being a scrub. Ah, well. 3000 damage, blocked 1390, and here comes the T-29. One in his hole, beautiful shot. Second one, he doesn't really want to move, don't know why. And bam. Oh shit, T-34-100, I don't know what he does. But the thing he does wrong is, I think he goes forward. Actually, no, he doesn't. T-29 bounces. The TVP, he's keep penning me though. TVP has a pretty accurate 88mm, and that's a problem for me. Already done to 3700 damage. Pretty good result already. Well, almost 4000 damage now. And blocked 1710 hit points or damage. base is being captured in, obviously, our base. But here comes the friend, the feast. Oh, hello. Well, he's dead. 5 kills, 4,000 damage. Seems okay. But now I meet an unexpected friend in the shape of a TVP VTO. Tank that I don't want to see. Now, I already got a top gun, so yeah. He bounces on my side armor. And here comes the Hellcat. And that shot over there bounced off the Hellcat. And that was a fatal shot that made me die. But one last shot in the Hellcat, but that's pretty much all I could do. What a bad round. 7 kills, 4,622 damage. Sadly that's all I could do. Let's just go backwards a little bit so we can see our beautiful 110 still. Of course, the 110 has failed me this round. I mean, it bounced off a Hellcat, and that was the fatal shot. I could have handled the TVP if I could just put my frontal armor towards him, but that shot that bounced off the Hellcat just made it fatal. And RNG, fuck you. Literally. Anyways, so I got 7 kills this round, 4,600 damage. It was okay. Daniel did 1,600 damage, and everybody else on the team did below 1,000, which was really pissing for me. I mean, I was really angry after that on my team, because everybody did less than 1,000 apart from my platoon mate, and I did 4,600 damage. Damn it! Anyways, I tried. Well, I never gave up in World of Tanks. Thank you guys for watching. This was the 110 tank review, and I'll see you next time.
I never did belong.